Hey guys, what's up? It's Angelina and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a couple of things that I really want to try. I got a bunch of things in the mail and they're all like so exciting. I think I'm gonna probably split this video up into parts because I want to really dive into each of these products because I think they're all so cool and there's some really exciting launches that I have been just waiting for and interested in since the moment they were announced. Just some updates. I was on vacation for a few days. I don't know if I'm still recovering from that or if it's because I was taking my doxycycline, which is an acne medication, and I took it for about 5 days and I started to just feel like garbage, so decided to stop, but I'm still kind of slowly transitioning out of feeling like garbage, so who knows. I'm still like kind of just like tired and like groggy almost, and just not really feeling the best. But I still wanted to film for you guys because these are some exciting products and let's just get into it. Youthforia launched this new foundation and what really intrigued me is that it's basically said to be foundation that you can sleep in, which is like, you know, a crazy claim in the first place. This is my first Youthforia package. So I'm sure you guys, if you've been watching me, know I'm like obsessed with their blush. They sent me 2 different shades of the foundation. I also got a foundation brush and then I got the pre-game primer, which I have actually also been wanting to try out, and this is so cute. So I actually have been following the owner of the brand. Her name is Fiona and I follow her on Instagram, and I saw that like for this launch, I believe her and her husband were like putting these PR packages together themselves. So it took a little bit longer to get to me, but I think it was really cool that they were like kind of sharing like behind the scenes and like why they chose to just like save the money on packaging things and like package it themselves basically. Kind of can see the foundation swatched on everyone. The back of the card gives me some more information, which I obviously need. This actually comes in 15 flexible shades, which isn't a huge shade range, but it's meant to be like flexible, kind of skincare like, so maybe we can let that slide. The notable benefits and ingredients are foundation you can sleep in, weightless medium buildable coverage, glass skin-like finish for easy effortless blending, made with 68% skincare ingredients, patented ingredients to improve the appearance of pores, flexible shades that balance your skin, patented tannins complex to reduce appearance of pores, and silicone and fragrance free. Prep with the pre-game primer, which I have been wanting to try this. So this was actually made in Korea and it's a daily protective primer. So it looks like this. It's really fun, like purple packaging. Feels more of like a cream. Okay, not a fan of the smell, but if it makes my skin look good, then I can get over that. Thick moisturizer almost, but I can tell that there is a little bit of slip to it and I think a little bit of like tact, but it's not super tacky. So I was sent 310 and 315. As you guys can see, these both look very light. They honestly look a lot lighter now than they did when I unboxed them. I mean, obviously we're gonna try 315, but I'm assuming it's gonna be too light. But apparently these are supposed to be like adjustable shades, kind of like more flexible. Color scheme is like purple and it comes with a pump. I'm not expecting this to match exactly. I also went to the beach this weekend, so I probably have more of a tan. And then they sent me their brush, which is so fun. I didn't know that they were going to release a brush too. This is the 303 oval foundation brush. So this is a narrow oval shaped foundation brush made with densely packed soft synthetic bristles. Okay, kind of giving like kabuki vibes. I'm gonna use their foundation brush, but I'm gonna start with the left side. I think we're gonna just put it on the back of my hand first. Okay, so this definitely has like more of like a yellow tone, yellow undertone. Obviously, it is too light. I think I must be like a medium deep shade in this foundation, but you know, we're gonna see how well this blends. And it does have like a slight scent to it, maybe a little bit like chemically. Okay, but honestly, this is blending in pretty nicely. Okay, I'm actually really impressed with the way that it's, even though like the swatches look way too light, it honestly doesn't look as bad on. I am taking the brush. I think the brush is doing a really good job at distributing the product. Okay, so that's kind of like my first layer. That's nothing. So honestly, I'm low-key impressed because I feel like this, I know like so many brands say like, oh, flexible shades, and then you use it and you're like, no, I needed a shade that was closer to my skin tone. But for some reason, this actually is kind of blending in with my skin tone, even though it looks so like wild when I'm putting it on. Light to medium coverage, maybe like medium coverage, because it definitely covered up a lot of the redness I had. Huh, that is so interesting to me. There is like a really nice like reflective quality to this, and like I said, although the color match was off, it's not even looking that bad. Like, it honestly looks really good in person. I like the fact that there is that reflective quality because it's giving like a more natural look to it. I mean, it definitely did a good job of covering up this redness I had and all that pigmentation. Now, you can still see this pimple right here has a little bit of redness to it. But again, this is more of like a serum-like kind of product, so I wasn't really expecting like a ton of coverage. And I do have, so it's looking really good on the cheeks actually, but I do have some dryness up here because obviously the tretinoin and my acne medication, so I have some dryness. But it even kind of like glided over that dry patch up there and it doesn't even look that bad. I'm gonna take whatever's left on the back of my hand and just do the other side. We might have to add another pump to this. I am a huge fan of the brush though. Normally I'm like, you can use whatever kind of brush you have. I mean, if you have a brush that's similar to this, I think that's fine, but this brush is like so soft, but it's still like packing the product in. Like when you build it up so much, you kind of get that like luminous quality to it, and then this one doesn't really have a ton of product and you don't really get that same like radiance. This one's almost like more natural looking. So I think I'm actually really happy with this, and I'm actually really happy with the way that it looks on. The way that the shade just kind of like matched and like meshed with my skin tone was kind of crazy. I wouldn't say this is like gonna be full coverage by any means, but it's definitely giving coverage. And I think if you like maybe spot concealed first and then went in with this, you know, if you needed the coverage, like I think you would really like it. But yeah, it feels super lightweight. Like I'm not really having any issues in terms of like feeling the product. But so far I am pretty impressed. Like I actually am so happy that this kind of lived up to the hype that I thought it was gonna have because I was so excited about it. I am gonna set this down, even though I feel like this is really nice and radiant. And if you really were going for that natural look, you probably wouldn't want to set it down too much. But I am gonna set it down in the center of my face, just with a puff. This translucent powder adds a little bit of brightness, so it might have kind of just made it look a little bit ashy, but it's fine. We're gonna go in and do a bunch of stuff, so. Oh, but something that I did want to show you is I picked up this Half Magic blush in the shade Magic Brownie, and I already used this on my TikTok and, oh, just my TikTok, I think. I don't think I posted on Reels, but it's from Half Magic Beauty, and I'm so excited about it because I've been wanting to try the brand. So the creator of Half Magic Beauty actually did the makeup on the set of Youthforia, and she came out with her own line. It just launched in Ulta, so it is very exciting. I picked up the shade Magic Brownie, which as you can see, it's a brown blush. and I've been using it for the past couple of days and I've been really impressed with it. Like, it definitely is what I was looking for. It's kind of like a really good hybrid between a blush and a bronzer, so you kind of get the best of both worlds when using this. It definitely gives you that natural kind of reddish tone kind of bronze, which I feel like when I tan kind of with more of a reddish undertone, so it really looks so good and like so natural on me. This is the complexion brush from e.l.f. and I really like this, so I definitely recommend Half Magic Beauty. It is pretty inexpensive compared to a lot of brands, and it's environmentally conscious because this is actually styrofoam, if you can see, which, you know, isn't really going to give you a luxury feel, but it's going to be good for the environment. So, and that's the blush up close. You can see it's like a reddish brown. We are on hour 6 and now I'm kind of starting to notice a little bit of shine peeking through. It was feeling super lightweight and it honestly for the most part still is, but I am getting greasy like towards the middle, but I mean it still looks really good. And that's one thing I can say is every time I've looked in the mirror today, I'm like, oh my god, my skin looks so good. And honestly, something about this has like kind of like a blurring quality to it. Hey guys, so I wanted to wrap up this video. I've been wearing this for about 8 hours now, and as you guys can see, like only now is it starting to look very worn in. I will say though, it is extremely comfortable on the skin. I am obviously starting to get oily in my T-zone, but you have to remember this is more of like a serum-like foundation, so it kind of was already, you know, serum-y and dewy to begin with. I really do like the concept of this product. I think it's cool, it's unique, it was an exciting launch. Am I gonna actually sleep in it? Probably not, but it's good to know that they, you know, did some research behind it. If you look here, like in this portion of the PR box, it actually has like some, you know, clinical trials that they did. So it says 96% agreed foundation lasts all day, 94% agreed skin did not feel irritated, 90% agreed skin did not feel dry or dehydrated, and 87% agreed they did not experience acne breakouts. So that's what that little portion says. And this was based on dermatologist monitored study where 31 participants slept in Youthforia Date Night Foundation for 28 days. That's what the little fine print says. So overall, I thought that this was like nicely done. Where I'm sitting, this part of my room, it is natural lighting, and this is actually the part of the day where my room gets the most lighting. So I'm not really sitting in my studio, you know, area setup. So this is really what my skin looks like in just really bright sunlight. But number one, I like the fact that I cannot feel it. I also like the fact that I feel like it's wearing down pretty evenly. Like I'm not having, you know, any separation. I'm not having anything that looks bad. It's very weird, but I just feel like this foundation has the ability to make my skin look very plump and hydrated. I was looking at myself in the mirror in the bathroom a couple hours ago, and I feel like every time I look at it, I feel like my skin just looks really good. And even though my skin obviously isn't perfect, and by no means like this, you know, you're still able to see texture, you can still see some hyperpigmentation, so I don't mean that my skin looks perfect, but it has this ability to kind of like glide over everything and make it look smooth and make it just look more even overall. If you are gonna try this or you want to try it, definitely let me know down below, and I would love to know your guys' thoughts on this. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to me and liking my videos. I do post on TikTok and Instagram a few times a week, so definitely follow me there because you do get updates first. But also thanks because I did take a week off, which I don't know how many of you guys noticed, but I was feeling not that great. So finally starting to feel better, so you guys will be hopefully getting 2 videos a week every single week again. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.